The stars laugh at Earth. The galaxy had seen many wars before, but when Earth stepped onto the battlefield, most alien empires did not take it seriously. To them, humans were still new, young, and weak. Their fleets were small, their colonies few, their history short, compared to civilizations that had ruled the stars for thousands of years. On the command bridge of the Zarian Armada, Admiral Kelrath watched the hologram of Earth's response. Only a handful of ships had appeared in orbital, outdated designs compared to the sleek warships of the alien fleet. He leaned back in his chair, his scales glittering under the dim light, and laughed. "This is it. This is Earth's strength," he said. "I expected a fight. Instead, they bring toys." The bridge crew joined him in laughter. Some aliens mocked Earth's ships by comparing them to broken cargo haulers. Others said humanity must be desperate to show such a small fleet. The sound of laughter spread across their communication channels, across the galaxy. In neutral systems, millions of alien citizens watched the live broadcast. They too laughed at the sight of Earth's ships. The galaxy believed this war would be short. Earth had dared to resist, and now Earth would be crushed. But far below, inside Earth's hidden command bunker, the mood was very different. The human generals stood in silence, their faces calm but their eyes sharp. The world above thought Earth had sent its best. In truth, this was only a shadow of what they had prepared. General Marcus leaned over the glowing war table. "They think we are finished," he said quietly. "Let them think it. Every second they laugh, every second they underestimate us. That's another second we gain." Another officer nodded. "Do we reveal the real fleet, sir?" Marcus shook his head. "Not yet. Today is not about victory. Today is about sending a message." The aliens did not know Earth had been building in secret. They did not know about the deep bunkers, the hidden fleets, the weapons tested in silence on the dark side of the moon. They thought humans were reckless, but humans had always been underestimated by predators on their homeworld, by empires in the stars, and every time, humans had found a way to survive. On the edge of battle, Captain Elias Kane stood aboard the UN's Resolute. He looked out the viewport at the massive alien armada. Thousands of ships glittered like a wall of steel and fire. His crew was nervous, but he forced a smile. "Look at them," he said softly. "So proud, so sure. They don't even know what's coming." A young pilot asked, "Captain, do we have a chance?" Kane placed a hand on the pilot's shoulder. "We don't need to win today. We just need to remind them who we are." Then the first shots were fired. Alien plasma cannons lit up the void, streaks of blue fire cutting across space. Earth's ships moved quickly, dodging and weaving, their smaller size giving them an unexpected advantage. The aliens laughed even harder, saying humans ran like frightened prey. But then, something strange happened. The Resolute fired a single round from its railgun. A simple, metal, slug, nothing fancy, nothing glowing with alien energy. Just a piece of tungsten, accelerated by magnetic force. The shot tore through an alien destroyer in a flash. One moment, the alien ship was laughing on open combs. The next, it was nothing but broken fire and debris drifting into the dark. The laughter stopped. For a moment, the galaxy went silent. Admiral Kelroth sat forward in his chair, his eyes narrowing. "That was luck," he muttered. "A blind shot." But then the humans fired again. Another railgun round, another alien ship destroyed. No glowing energy, no complicated tech, just brutal, simple, unstoppable force. Across the galaxy, The citizens who had laughed now leaned closer to their screens. The humans were not running. They were not broken. They were striking back in the Earth command bunker. General Marcus watched the feed. He allowed himself the faintest smile. Good. Now they are listening. The alien fleet grew restless. They had expected a quick and easy battle. Instead, their ships were being pierced by primitive weapons they did not understand. How could such simple slugs break advanced shields? How could such outdated ships strike so hard? The answer was simple. Earth had never built weapons to impress. They built weapons to kill. As the first alien cruiser exploded, Captain Kane's voice rang through the comms. "This is humanity's warning shot," he said. "If you want to see our true strength, keep pushing." The stars, once filled with laughter, now echoed with silence. But in that silence, a deeper fear began to spread. Because if this was Earth's warning, what would the real answer look like? The galaxy did not yet know. But they would soon. Asterisk the shockwave across the galaxy. The destruction of the first alien warship echoed across the galaxy like a thunderclap. Billions watched through broadcast relays, unable to believe what their eyes were showing. A single human railgun slug had ripped apart a ship designed to withstand centuries of war. In the grand halls of the Galactic Council, delegates whispered in shock. Screens showed replay after replay of the strike. The moment the tungsten round pierced the hull, the way the alien ship split apart, the sudden silence of laughter that had filled alien channels only minutes earlier. One counselor muttered, "This should not be possible. Their weapons are crude. Their technology is primitive. How? How did they do this?" Another replied, "Perhaps we misjudged them. Perhaps humans are not as weak as we believed." But others still laughed nervously. "It was luck," one alien declared. "Nothing more. Humans fight like animals. They lash out once, and then they are crushed. This will not last." Still, the galaxy was watching hand for the first time. They were not laughing. On the battlefield, Captain Elias Kane's ship moved like a shadow between the massive alien cruisers. The Resolute fired again, and again another alien ship crumbled. The shockwave from the explosion rippled across space, lighting the void like a second sun. Inside the alien flagship, Admiral Kelroth slammed his fist against the command rail. Unacceptable. How can primitive slugs do this? His crew gave no answer. Some stared at their screens in disbelief. Others whispered, wondering if their shields were truly invincible. Kelroth growled, his voice filled with rage. "They will pay for this insult. Destroy them all." Thousands of alien cannons lit up the darkness, firing at Earth's small fleet. Yet somehow, the humans endured. Their ships moved with desperate precision, weaving through impossible gaps. Each railgun shot answered with deadly silence. Each alien laugh replaced with fear. Across the galaxy, reactions poured in. On the desert world of Rinkar, alien merchants gathered around dusty screens, their scales trembling. One said, "If humanity can strike like this with so little, imagine what they hide." On the water world of Alara, young alien students stared wide-eyed at the feed. "They are different," one whispered. "Not like us. They fight to survive." Even in the farthest colonies, where humans were unknown, people now spoke the word with awe. Back in Earth's command bunker, General Marcus stood firm before the war table. Officers whispered excitedly about the railgun's success, but Marcus raised a hand for silence. "Do not celebrate," he said. "We are not finished. We have only begun to speak." His second-in-command frowned. "Sir, we've proven our point. Should we call the fleet back?" Marcus shook his head. "No, let the galaxy watch. Let every empire, every council, every soldier see what a warning from Earth looks like." He leaned forward, his voice low but steady. "Because when we send our real answer, there will be no survivors to tell the tale." The battle grew fiercer. Alien fleets swarmed, but every time they pressed forward, another warship fell to Earth's brutal railguns. The aliens' advanced plasma shields shattered like glass when struck by simple tungsten. It was an insult greater than defeat. It was humiliation. One alien officer screamed at his commander, "Their weapons are too simple, Admiral. We cannot counter something so basic. Our technology was not designed for this." Kelroth's face darkened. He realized the truth in the officer's words. His empire had spent centuries perfecting energy shields, plasma cannons, and advanced armor. But they had never prepared for something as old and raw as a kinetic weapon, moving at impossible speed. Humans had found the weakness in their arrogance. On the Resolute, Captain Kane listened to alien broadcasts filled with anger and panic. He smiled grimly. "They thought we were prey. Now they know we are predators too." His crew cheered as another alien ship burst apart, but Kane silenced them quickly. "Do not cheer yet. This is only the first chapter. The galaxy must see, and the galaxy must fear." Back in the council chambers, panic erupted. Some demanded immediate peace talks with Earth. Others demanded total war, believing humanity must be crushed before it grew stronger. One counselor, old and wise, raised his voice above the chaos. "You fools, do you not see? This is not their power. This is their warning. If humanity truly unleashes what they hide, none of us will survive." His words spread like wildfire across the galaxy. Fear grew deeper, respect began to form, and whispers of humanity's true power turned into legends. As the second alien dreadnought exploded, lighting the void with fire, the galaxy watched in silence. Humanity had spoken, not with peace, not with diplomacy, but with the kind of force that made even ancient empires tremble in that moment. The galaxy finally understood the truth. Earth had not fought to win this battle. Earth had fought to send a message, and that message was clear. This was only the warning shot. The real answer had yet to come. The whisper of Earth's true power. The galaxy could not stop talking about what had happened. The destruction of 2 alien dreadnoughts by Earth's primitive railguns had spread across every star system, in markets, schools, and council halls. The same question whispered in every tongue. If this was only Earth's warning, then what was their real power? No one had the answer, and that made the fear even greater. In the hidden chambers of the Galactic Intelligence Network, agents replayed the battle footage again and again. They slowed every frame, studied every impact, measured every explosion. A pale insectoid director tapped his claws nervously. "These humans, they are dangerous. They fight like no other species. Who builds such crude weapons? Who relies on raw metal instead of energy?" Another agent replied, "They are unpredictable. That is their strength. They do not think like us, and they are not afraid to break the rules of war." Reports began to flow in from across the galaxy. Some claimed Earth had secret fleets hidden beyond the moon. Others swore humans had built weapons that could bend gravity itself. And in the darkest corners of the galaxy, some whispered an even more terrifying idea that Earth had not yet shown even 1% of its true arsenal. On the alien flagship, Admiral Kelrath sat in silence, his pride shattered. His fleet had lost ships it could not afford to lose. The humiliation was unbearable. His crew avoided his gaze, terrified of his fury. At last he spoke, his voice like cold iron. If this was their warning, then their true strength will be death itself. But deep down, even he did not know what Earth was truly capable of, and that ignorance gnawed at his soul. Far away, inside Earth's underground command bunker, General Marcus met with his top advisors. Maps glowed on the war table, showing enemy fleets moving closer, regrouping for another strike. One officer asked, "Should we bring out the Aegis program, sir? If they strike again, we can crush them completely." Marcus shook his head. "Not yet. The Aegis is our blade, and a blade must be drawn only once. Right now, we fight with shadows. Right now, the galaxy must keep guessing." He looked at the glowing battlefield display and whispered, almost to himself, "Fear is a weapon, and right now, fear is on our side." Meanwhile, aboard the Resolute, Captain Elias Kane listened to intercepted alien communications. His crew played the messages on the speakers. Alien voices filled the room. Human weapons cannot be understood. They strike like predators. They fight as if death means nothing to them. The crew exchanged uneasy glances. Some felt pride. Others felt dread. Kane finally spoke. "Do you hear it? That's the sound of fear. The galaxy is afraid of us now. And they should be. But we cannot let that fear turn into arrogance. We must remember this is only the beginning." In distant colonies, alien civilians whispered about Earth with both awe and terror. On one mining station, a worker asked his friend, "Do you think they will attack us next?" His friend shook his head. "No, they don't fight for conquest. They fight for survival, and that makes them even more dangerous." On a trade hub, merchants debated whether to continue selling goods to Earth. Some said it was too risky. Others believed it was the smartest business in the galaxy. After all, who wouldn't want to be on the good side of the species that had just humbled a galactic empire? Back in the council chambers, the debates grew louder. Some shouted for war, others for peace. But one elder counselor, his voice shaking with age, said what none dared admit aloud. "We are not ready. We have armies, fleets, and empires, but we do not have the will to face humanity. They have shown us only a warning, and already we are afraid. What will happen when they unleash the real storm?" The chamber fell silent, because deep down every leader knew he was right. The whispers grew into rumors. The rumors became legends. Some said Earth had weapons that could crack planets in half. Others claimed humans had mastered artificial suns hidden deep inside the asteroid belt. Some even whispered about soldiers who could fight without fear. Men and women trained to endure horrors no alien could imagine. And as the rumors spread, one truth became clear to all. Nobody really knew what Earth's true power was, and that was the most terrifying weapon of all. On the battlefield, the alien fleet regrouped. Admiral Kelrath stood tall, his pride wounded but his will unbroken. "Prepare for the second assault," he ordered. "We will show these humans that they are still nothing but insects in the void." His crew obeyed, but fear hung heavy in the air. Every soldier remembered the railgun strikes. Every pilot remembered the screams of destroyed comrades. And somewhere, deep inside, they all asked themselves the same question. If this was Earth's warning, could anyone survive the real answer? Back on Earth, in the dark silence of the command bunker, General Marcus gave a single command. His voice was quiet, but it carried across every channel. Let them come. And so the galaxy waited. The whispers grew louder, and the shadow of Earth's true power loomed over every star. The warning had been given. The real storm was on its way. The gathering storm. The galaxy trembled with whispers. But the alien empires could not let fear control them. Pride demanded action. Honor demanded revenge. And so, in hidden shipyards and deep war docks, fleets began to gather. Admiral Kelroth's humiliation had burned across the stars. 2 dreadnoughts lost, countless soldiers dead, all because of Earth's primitive weapons. His empire could not allow such shame to remain, and so the call went out. Every available ship, every pilot, every war machine was to assemble for one purpose: destroy Earth completely. Within days, thousands of alien warships moved toward Earth's sector. Carriers, battleships, cruisers, all armed with the most advanced plasma weapons in the galaxy. Their combined firepower could level planets. Their sheer numbers blotted out starlight to the galaxy. It seemed the storm had begun. Inside Earth's command bunker, the generals watched the incoming reports. One by one, alien fleets were detected. One by one, the enemy's numbers grew. General Marcus stood silently as his officers spoke in hurried tones. Sir, estimates show over 7,000 ships inbound. More are joining by the hour. This could be the largest single fleet in galactic history. They're serious now. They want to erase us. But Marcus did not flinch. His eyes stayed fixed on the glowing map. Good, he said calmly. Let them come. One officer frowned. Sir, with their numbers, we cannot stand in open battle. Even with our railguns, we'll be crushed. Marcus turned toward him, his expression cold but steady. This is not about numbers, it's about will. They think they can scare us with size, but they don't understand. Earth has faced extinction before, and every time we endured. Aboard the Resolute, Captain Elias Kane addressed his crew. Through the viewport, alien fleets glittered in the distance like an approaching storm. The sight was enough to make any soldier tremble. They're bringing everything they have, Kane said. Their pride is wounded. Their fear is growing. And now they want to bury us beneath numbers. But remember, this numbers don't win wars. Resolve does. One young pilot raised his hand nervously. Sir, what if this is it? What if they really can overwhelm us? Kane stepped forward, his voice steady and strong. Then let history record that humanity did not bend. Let it record that even against the storm, we stood tall. The crew's fear melted into determination. They knew the truth. They might die here, but they would not die quietly. Across the galaxy, alien civilians watched the fleets gather with unease. They wanted to believe in their empires, in their mighty armadas. But the memory of Earth's warning shots still haunted them. On a distant moon, a child asked his father, "Will the humans lose this time?" The father hesitated, then whispered, "I don't know." And in that simple answer, the galaxy's fear grew deeper in secret chambers. The Galactic Council argued. One voice thundered, "We cannot allow Earth to grow stronger. This must be the end of them." Another cried, "But what if they are? Stronger than we think? What if this storm only feeds the fire?" The council fell into silence as an elder spoke softly. "If Earth survives this, then no empire will ever stand against them again." Back in Earth's bunkers, preparations began. Hidden silos rumbled. Deep within the oceans, submarines stirred. In orbit, Ships adjusted their formations, ready to meet the storm. General Marcus gave his orders with calm precision. Every soldier must be ready. Every pilot must know this fight is not for victory, but for survival. If we fall, humanity falls with us. He turned to his staff. And remember, the Aegis program remains sealed until my command. They must never know what we truly hold until the final moment. The officers nodded. The secret remained hidden. As the alien fleets drew closer, the galaxy held its breath. Thousands of warships against only a fraction of Earth's fleet. To outsiders, it looked hopeless. But aboard Earth's ships, there was no despair. Only silence, only preparation. Only the steel in human eyes that told the truth. They were ready, on the alien flagship. Admiral Kelrath addressed his forces. His voice carried through every ship, every soldier, every pilot. Today we erase our shame. Today we destroy the humans who dared to mock us. Look upon them small, fragile, weak. They cannot stand against us. Today we remind the galaxy who rules the stars. Cheers erupted across the alien fleets. Plasma cannons hummed with power. Engines roared. The storm was ready to break. But aboard the Resolute, Captain Kane whispered something very different to his crew. They think this is about ships and guns. They think this is about numbers. But it's not. This is about spirit. And spirit cannot be measured in fleets. He tightened his grip on the command rail. They have come to destroy us. But they will learn a truth they have never faced before. They will learn what it means to fight humanity when we are cornered. And so the two forces moved closer. The storm gathered. The galaxy watched, billions of eyes fixed on the approaching war. And in the silence before the first shot, one question echoed in every mind. If Earth's first answer was only a warning, then what will this battle reveal? The real answer begins. The galaxy held its breath as the alien storm descended upon Earth. Thousands of warships blotted out the stars, their glowing cannons ready to erase humanity forever. Admiral Kelrath stood at the center of his flagship, his voice booming through the comms. End this farce. Burn them to ash. Show the galaxy what happens to those who defy us. And then the storm broke. Plasma fire lit the void, rivers of blue and green energy crashing toward the human fleet. The sky became fire, the darkness of space torn apart by endless barrages. To the watching galaxy, it looked like Earth would be erased in moments. But Earth did not vanish. Earth answered. Railguns roared again, slugs cutting through the wall of fire. Alien ships burst like shattered glass. But this time, Earth revealed something new. From the shadows behind the fleet, hidden ships emerged, sleek black, unseen until now. Their engines burned with a strange light, and their weapons glowed with an energy no alien recognized. The galaxy gasped. Humanity had not shown their true fleet before. They had hidden it, waiting for this moment. The first strike came from above. A beam of pure kinetic force ripped through an alien battleship, splitting it in two without a sound. Another weapon fired, and an entire squadron vanished in a flash. Admiral Kelroth's eyes widened. What is this? His crew whispered. In terror, sir. These are not the weapons we saw before. This is something else. Inside Earth's command bunker, General Marcus gave the order at last. Activate the Aegis. Deep beneath the oceans, vast silos opened. From the dark waters, massive structures rose, bristling with weapons. From hidden bases on the moon, more ships launched. their hulls painted black as night. The galaxy watched in shock. For decades, they had believed Earth was weak, small, and slow to advance. But now they saw that truth Earth had been preparing all along. In silence, hidden from alien eyes, and the truth was terrifying. Aboard the Resolute, Captain Elias Kane gripped the command rail as the Aegis fleet joined the fight. Now, he whispered, now they see the real answer. His ship dove through enemy lines, railguns firing. The alien fleets tried to regroup, but every formation was torn apart by weapons they could not understand. It wasn't just technology, it was strategy. Humans fought with a mix of discipline and madness, their movements unpredictable, their tactics ruthless. Where aliens expected retreat, humans advanced. Where aliens expected hesitation, humans struck without mercy. Across the galaxy, civilians stared at their screens in silence. The sight of alien fleets burning filled every broadcast. Children who had once laughed at humanity now whispered with awe. On one distant station, an old alien said quietly, "They told us Earth was nothing. But look, the storm belongs to them now." Inside the alien flagship, chaos reigned. Officers screamed as ships vanished from their sensors. Admiral Kelrath shouted for order, but even he felt the truth clawing at him. This is not war," one officer cried. "This is judgment." Kelrath slammed his fist on the console. "No, we will not be broken. We are the masters of the stars." But even as he spoke, his ship shook. A blast from the Aegis fleet ripped through the hull, tearing fire across its decks. Kelroth fell to the ground, the screams of his crew echoing around him. For the first time, the Admiral felt something he had never known before. Fear back on Earth. General Marcus stood silently, watching the battle unfold. His officers cheered as alien fleets collapsed, but Marcus remained still. "This is no victory," he said softly. "This is only the beginning." His second-in-command looked at him in confusion. "Sir, we're winning. They're breaking." Marcus turned, his eyes hard as stone. "They are not the only enemy. The galaxy is watching. Every empire, every council, every soldier sees this. Today, we sent our true answer. Tomorrow, they will decide if they fear us, or if they unite against us." The room grew quiet, because everyone knew he was right. On the battlefield, silence began to fall. Alien ships retreated in chaos, fleeing into the dark. The once unstoppable storm was broken. Scattered like ash in the wind, human ships held formation, weapons still glowing, eyes still sharp. They had survived. More than survived, they had shown the galaxy a truth no one could forget. Captain Kane's voice carried across the comms. "Let it be known, humanity does not kneel. Humanity does not beg. We warned you once, now you have seen our answer." And across the stars, the whisper became a roar. The galaxy had laughed at Earth. The galaxy had mocked humanity. But now they trembled, for Earth's warning had ended, and the real force humanity's true power had just begun.